Well, I'm George Lambert with Mountain Music and Mules. I'm up here this morning cutting some wood, and I hear Scuff treat, so I'm sure he's done treat a squirrel or something. But anyway, the video that you're getting ready to watch, I got up that morning. Easton had to do school, so I got up that morning, got breakfast, got coffee, waited on a couple of good friends to get over so we could go bear hunting. Dogs were a little tired from the day before. We was a little tired from the day before. We had a big run and actually had a couple bear treed the day before. But talking about this particular day, so we got together that morning and talked and decided to hunt some low woods, a little bit easier terrain. As I was gonna let a couple dogs stay home and rest, and a couple dogs I was gonna take, I figured the easier the day, the better, as far as me and as far as the hounds themselves. So anyway, we get the dogs loaded up, head down the road, and I decided to hunt an old dirt road that it's got some easier type of terrain on one side, and then it's got a mountain on the other side. I rigged that road, meaning riding the dogs on top of the truck, hoping to find they'll smell a bear from the truck where I wouldn't even have to walk much at all. And that didn't work out. We didn't find anything, so I decided to walk down in the low woods, hitting some thickets, basically some good lay-in spots where I know bear have stayed in the past and where bear passed through pretty often. I get the dogs off the truck. I gotta walk like 700-800 yards to my first thicket. Well, it is a cold morning this morning. I just left the truck, walking down through some low woods. I'll try to get a bear going here in a little bit. I got a thicket in mind that I'm headed to. Last week I jumped a bear in it, so we'll go and we let that bear go. So whatever the case, whether it be the same bear or another one, hopefully the goal is just get one going a little bit. Anyway, we'll see how the day plays out. I get in there, get to the first thicket, and just like I'd hoped, the dogs start trailing. And when I say trailing, that means they're smelling the scent of where a bear had probably been the day before, the night before, depending on scent and conditions. There's a lot of variables there, but whatever the case, they could not smell the bear good at all. The scent was very faint. They started picking at it. I mean, having to just cover ground, trying to figure out where this bear went. And they're having a terrible time. I mean, just awful time. Well, they found some scent here again. We'll see. Hopefully they'll get it going. So the dogs are trailing, picking. They're trailing up. They got, I don't know, half a mile or so to go, and then they get back to the road where I walked from. They're trailing towards that road. So they finally trail up. I realize that they're going to get in that road, so I make arrangements on the radio for Matt just to come around and pick me up. I'm gonna just head out of here, get back to the road myself. So while I'm working my way out towards the road, and I'm listening to Matt, Mr. Cole, Danny, Ethan, a few of my buddies, they're letting me know what's going on. The dogs have trailed up into the road and just totally lost the scent.
Road here looking for it, George.
Okay, yeah, I reckon do whatever you think there, Cole. You know, if they find it and go on, if you want to put a couple, it ain't gonna hurt to have a few with them.
Okay, we'll see what she does here.
They cannot figure it out. That's not too uncommon. For some reason, roads, especially the ones that's been traveled, there's a lot of different reasons, but scent just does not hold, does not stick very good when a bear comes into a road or walks down a road or anything in that nature. And what we finally figured out is the bear, he had walked up into the road, walked right down the road for probably roughly 200, 300, 400 yards, and then he went on. Well, I'm headed back down a steeple ridge. Dogs trailed up across the road. Took them a while. It's probably been 45 minutes since I put the camera on. And they've trailed all the way up across the top of another mountain. And we're kind of losing communication on them now. So I'm headed back to the truck. I reckon we'll have to get back away from this mountain or get on the other side of the mountain. Try to figure out where they're headed and if they've jumped the bear or started running yet. I get back to my truck, Ethan and them comes around, picks me up. By that time, my old dog has went across the mountain, still rough time, just trailing. The ones that had made it to the top of the mountain with my old dog, they were ones that I hunted the day before, and they'd had a big chase, so they was pretty tired anyway. They finally said they was done, so they actually quit the track, turned around, and they eventually made their way all the way back to the truck. So we got them. So my old dog had done made it across the mountain, and by that time she was by herself, totally by herself. We was starting to just pick her up off and on, and the reason is as she was on the other side of the mountain, we run Garmin collars on these dogs. So the signal was not clear from the Garmin collar to the handheld. So we was just picking her up every once in a while. And when she'd get on a high ridge or a high knob, you'd pick her up good. And I realized that she was starting to move a little better. The scent was getting a little bit stronger, and she was starting to cover some ground a little bit faster. So Mr. Danny, Mr. Cole, they had already headed. It took 30-40 minutes to drive to the other side of the mountain. They had already headed around. By the time that Matt, Ethan, and we started the trip around the drive, I wasn't sure if she'd jumped the bear or if the scent was just getting really strong, but she was moving good by herself. So got all the way around the mountain. Finally, I started getting back in communication with Mr. Danny, which he was, like I say, he had done left 20-30 minutes in front of me. Finally, when I got in radio communication, he let me know that didn't know exactly how she did it. Jenny, my old dog, didn't really know how she did it or how she got there or where she'd jumped the bear, but she was showing treats. She had caught the bear, had him up a tree. The tree was down actually on some private land down in some lower, flatter woods. We drove on down through there, got it situated where Jenny was, try to roughly figure out how to get into her. Went and talked to the landowner, lady, very nice. Well, big turn of events since the last time we had the camera on. Probably, I don't know, would you have to run the camera? Hour ago? Probably an hour or 2 hours ago. Anyway, long story short, dogs trailed up across the mountain, and by the time we got all the way around here, we're not sure how they did what or where they went, but whatever the case, we know now where they are. They're treed. Well, I say they're, it's just my old dog. It's she's treed down here on some private land, and the lady was nice enough to let us go in here, so we're riding back to the field. We're riding back to the field.
Okay.
We're riding back to the field. We're riding back to the field. We're riding back to the field. We'll get pretty close to her. She had some old roads on her property, let us drive right up them, and basically put us within like 200 yards of the tree. Got in there, got the truck parked. I got a couple of the young dogs out. I had a few that I just wanted to let them see the bear. We had no intention to harvest or take. And even though the lady was fine with us taking it, we just decided to leave that bear for another day. We got in there, let some puppies take the track on in, end up at the tree. I drove up here about 200 yards from the tree. Parked, and I'm headed up here. As soon as I get in there and get ready to start tying the dogs back, here comes the bear. He keeps trying to come out. Bear goes up around the ridge with my young dogs just barking and barking at him. I make the call to turn Scruff back loose, just to help them young dogs get that bear back up a tree and keep him treed, so I could get in there, get some video, get some footage. And pretty much that's exactly what Scruff did. They went around the side, dropped off in a holla, started pulling up the other side, and the bear decided to climb back up again. So. Oh heck, it just run him off.
I thought he did.
Yeah. Sorry, at least I got her. And y'all see what happened?
What's going on?
I bailed out. I got Jenny. I was able to get her.
Okay, 10-4.
Cole, do you want JoJo back on it? I didn't bring her here. I wasn't going to just bring her in the tree, but I probably should have brought her in here.
Oh, it's up to you, George. I'm going to have to get out of here, so it's whatever you're going to do. So, George, I got Houston with me. It came out, Scruff, and 2 pups are after it.
Hey, Cole, is anybody close to my truck where they could turn JoJo loose?
Where y'all went in at.
Okay. It's not moving very fast. All right, I think y'all just seen if my camera's working right. Bear bailed out. Went around the side of the ridge, crossed in the hollow. The dogs are showing treat again. I just, since I was close to the truck, I ran Jenny, my old dog, back to the truck, put her away. Now I'm going back in. Ethan's already up here. He was gonna go and sneak in there a little closer and see if it was treat or what. So I'll be in there myself in just a second. All right, Ethan just hollered at me. Said it's setting good now. So, which him saying that means basically he looks comfortable or he probably ain't gonna jump out. So anyway, I'll be up there myself. I ain't 100 yards away. I'll be to you in just a second. Yep. Hold JoJo on there. Hand me JoJo. Y'all can both get good footage. Oh, there he comes.
Gotta look decent after I just pulled up half the mountain. So basically, Jenny, the old woman, brought one all the way across the mountain. Ended up jumping it. I'm feeling messed up. Don't give me laughing. I can be able to do. So anyways, we just got back from the second tree. So Jenny, the old woman, she brought one across the mountain. Before we get everything tied back, she bailed out on us. No, that's wrong.
I'd like to get what y'all think. Do you only get one once in a lifetime dog? Or if you hunt enough and go through enough, is there a possibility of getting multiple, what I'd call actual bear dogs, that they don't need no help, they just tree bear? I'd started all my younger dogs on track earlier that morning. Yeah, there is a lot of excuses I can use for them, but whatever the case, my old dog, I think 10 years old, is the only one that got through all that and eventually end up with a bear up a tree. So then you start wondering, will you ever have another young dog that'll fill that old dog's shoes? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I know from in the past experiences, I always find another dog, I don't want to say a replacement, but another dog that kind of tries to fill that void. But I still can't help but wonder. I still got Jenny to this day, and hopefully she'll be able to hunt again this coming season. It's always a worry in the back of my mind. I reckon the long story short is, will I get another Jenny? And I don't know. Don't know the answer to that. I've been lucky to have a couple what I'd call once in a lifetime dogs. A lot of the dogs that I got will consistently tree bear by themselves. They all have flaws. I know a lot of my videos get watched and it looks like I tree a lot of bear, and I am lucky to tree a lot of bear. But a lot of that is because I get to hunt a lot more than probably the average person. Just by odds alone, the more days you're in the woods, the more bear you're gonna catch, the more experience your dogs are gonna get. My dogs aren't any better. Honestly, probably a lot of you guys watching this have better hounds than I've got. The amount of time I get to hunt really helps out.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, click the notification. We'll see you next time.